So we
Okay.
can give you the microphone so you give a rundown of what is happening at your end there.
Not much is happening. Although like this week, I've been working on somebody that they referred to me. I was supposed to give him the book today, but we missed ourselves. I'm still expecting him to come. I'm staying somewhere for him to come and collect the book. So he's even staying very close to me. But I've checked his profile too. He's from the corporation also. I told you that when the time comes, they will be waking up one after the other.
Yeah,
So I'm getting up.
I think you should give a rundown of your meeting.
Yes,
The
yes,
lady
yes.
in Wari, so that everybody hears.
Yes. Apart from the meeting, the new group meeting we had in Lagos on Sunday, which you have seen the photograph. I think you have seen the photograph of that one.
Yes,
Then
yes.
I also got a call from a lady. That was on that Monday or so. So she was very happy to connect with me. She told me she was formerly within the corporation and whether up to 12 up to 12 years and a higher initiate. Are you getting me?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
And she has been a higher initiate there. So presently the husband is on the worldwide egg tour in the United States there, and she was happy to get in touch with the new presentation. And while she was trying to find out what was happening within the corporation, she was happy to be linked up with Eva and Kelsey. They tried to book her or something. So, but she got my number and she tried to call me. She couldn't get me at the time. But she just said let her try that day. She got me and she was very elated. So she gave me an experience that she got. And when she first saw they knew you through one of the write-up that they sent to her. She shouted, "This is it. This is what she has been waiting for so many years." So I shared an experience with her also that I that I had that kind of experience. Personally, I had to stay back from the corporation for almost 13 years. So when I first got in touch with the new presentation, I was very much happy. So she was happy, and she promised to be linking up with us well, but she's at worry. So let me see if we take delivery of the pamphlets. I will send some to her by any means. So we are working up here, one after the other.
Yeah. Okay, Duane, you've understood what Ibiok has said, right?
Yes, I got it.
Yeah.
A little gal from the corporation who was a higher initiate stepping up, so it's cool. Yes.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things happening, especially galactically. We're going to go over that a little bit here as we go along, and we're going to have, it's going to be really fun. Miss Claudia and I are going to do some radio show interviews to let this out to everybody. So there's a big adventure happening. But yes, I heard it. Thank you so much, Ibiok. And yeah, it's going to become more so. It takes a lot to wake people up, but no, that's terrific. A person at a time. So yes, go ahead, Charles.
Yeah, and while the husband is gone on the worldwide tour to the United States, She's discovered the new you, and her words, her exclamation on finding it is that this is it. It's what she's been looking for. And she's very, very, the first time she gave a call to Ibiok and got him, she was very elated. In fact, it seemed as if was some electrical current going through her when she when she finally connected with Ibiok. And so, well, there's much going for Nigeria at the moment. Probably on Monday, Ibiok would collect the 2,000 brochures that were sent from China, and then they would know he will send some to the lady, and they will be trying to leave some of the parks, at the hotels, give some to friends, and just place them at strategic places. And I think there will be a huge publicity there for the new presentation through this method. And we hope if we want to take marketing terminology into consideration, to talk about the conversion rate. They always talk about 5% or 10% conversion rate. When people do advertisements or they do promotions, they talk about conversion rate. Let's see what the conversion rate there will look like. But I guess it's gonna be interesting because Nigeria needs this information, and I think it's timely. The awakening is going to happen there, probably if not equal to Congo, then maybe more than it's presently going on in Congo. Yeah, that is it.
Okay, and Miss Miriam's here. Hello, Miriam. Mm-hmm. So does she have some questions or experiences? Go ahead.
Mariam says the friends from Bandudu, they have problems getting on Skype. So immediately they succeed, she's going to inform us. I guess Duane said there was something you wanted to do to talk about with Claudie. Can that be going on for the moment while we wait on?
Yes.
While we wait on Mariam. Yeah.
We'll bring it up as we go along here. Did you have anything, Charles? Did you? What's new with you, or did you have any questions or experience?
Yeah, I'm rather not very well because of a cold, So that is what. Okay, let me ask some questions that I prepared. We've often heard about parables. So would the new man at some point in the future pass out the knowledge of the Ollis in parables? So we always hear about parables.
Yes, we talked about that last time about the parables. Do you remember?
Oh, no, I can't remember.
Yes, that's okay. All right, so you're taking a rest today, but no, we're glad you're here. Things are going to come along. I'll just reiterate this. Things are going to come along as they are. I don't have a specific, but parables or anything, they're just words on paper. in a particular way, like any literature. So again, people have their ideas of these things, but actually what I'm doing on, as an example, Facebook, with all the groups that I create, because what I'm doing is really just advertising. I'm not really creating groups. I'm just using the groups as advertisement, is what I'm doing. So it's not about that people join the groups, which is fine, but it gives me a way to, provide a real beneficial marketing to people, and they can think that it's a group. It doesn't really matter, but at least it's putting it out there, different ideas, and scattering it out there so that people think there are all these groups. So in a way, you could say that those are parables, but it really doesn't matter. Again, these old references of parables or whatever, life is always new now, so whatever we're doing now, and I like to call them, references, which they really are, because, what people say and write here, they try to make it an absolute. In other words, there's nothing more. It's like the idea, God is almighty. Well, that's fine. They try and make that idea an absolute, which it really is not. And so you might say it is a restriction, getting people to think that, to where, even what Paul wrote has become a restriction, because it can only refer to what it was at that particular time, and now writing better references to the true reality. So again, it's not an absolute, and even Paul used the God idea, but that's what he had to start off with at that time. So I'll go over real fast here. Many years ago, after 2001, when I took the real position, the rod of power, the idea was I had an experience on the real side, and someone shared this. They saw it too. It was Yabel and some of the other boys, etc. I don't remember it exactly, but anyhow, I was out surfing, and I was in the wave, and the wave was very clear. And the person having the experience was a friend of mine. That was Kathy Thomas. She, Yabel said to her, it's because they could see me through the wave. He said to her, it's going to be clearer than it's ever been. So again, what is created here is the new references for everyone. And parables are really cute little, kind of stories that people tell accordingly. And realistically, what do they reference? Okay, so again, what does anything reference? And all of creation is a reference. And within creation, we create these ideas. We create literature and parables and stories and what have you, etc. But do these things reference the true reality life is? So again, so we are the new reference to the true reality. That's all that matters. Yes, go ahead, Charles.
Okay, Duane, thank you. I remember when the RZA used to go around on the what are now termed money collecting rounds with the spiritual aid thing. Spiritual aid. People had to pay money to be served. Then the RZA will be the listening post for the egg and the Mahanta. I remember paying and waiting impatiently for the RZA to come and take all my cares, my problems, and concerns to spirit. Then he came and sat there, dumb and stone-like, stone-faced, and listened without offering a word. At the end of the session, to my consternation, he said Spirit had taken note, and then nothing happened even many years after. But I reckon that Duane, by his interactions, I think he has given more aid, more help, resolved many more situations than can be imagined. So what can you say about this?
Well, so much for history, right? You were there, you experienced it, so you're a witness, Charles. And we are seeing what's taking place now. It's a much better understanding. And again, what Paul started, you have to understand that what he started, he had to bring people up. Yeah, so we've all been brought up a particular way, and that's what it was through the history of if it's that or religion or what have you. And, as it came to be and as it has come to be, the corporation and many things like that, again, they fall into the line of religious practices in a particular way for some reason, because people think this is the way to do things. If it's some way, with these same old rituals of religion, which were really brought here originally by the reptilians, yeah, it's cool to be nice to people, but at the same time, in the background, they have a different agenda. So these things have come to be so, and just like we see the corporation and other things, it's worshiping and prayer. This is what it's all come to be, to where, people are just subject to ideas that are restrictions, and what we're presenting here is not that. We're confronting the restrictions that we've come through and not continually agreeing to the same old restrictions. So, yes, when we were little kids, we were with our parents and we couldn't do certain things because the parents were handling it. But as we got older, sometimes the parents try to shake their finger at us, but we just say, look, I'm out of here. I'm going to go do what I want. And so it's just time. And it's time for this, because of all the restrictions are not working in the world, and all the so-called even prayer and worshiping and love ideas and all these things. Again, these are ideas that people use. And when people do get the gist or the understanding of what we're presenting here, they do have a decision to make. Do they want to wake up? Do they want to confront all the restrictions they've agreed to? Many times people don't. Some do. Some will take the risk and eventually free themselves. So, it's a very interesting journey, and you were there, Charles. You see the difference, and this becomes a great reference for you. And we all go through this, and it's all okay. It's fine. And again, nothing is negated. Those experiences are very important to see, what else there is, and then compare it, and then decide, because it's always our free will to decide. It's our choice, how real and how wake up we want to become. Yes. Go ahead. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, so that is the difference I saw with paid, what you call spiritual aid, which amounted to nothing, and the free aid that you are giving through your talks, through your admonitions, and in fact, many people don't recognize that. Many people don't know that people who are coming into who are just knowing about this now, who have no background in the corporation days, they will not know that even just to hear, you could not even get in contact with the master. You had to go through intermediaries who were like listening posts to the Almighty Master, and you had to pay very huge sums of money. So it's really the new nowness, and everything has changed, and there's a lot of spiritual aid that has gone by and is ongoing, which is not seen and not recognized, because it's just like a normal thing. But for us who have been in the corporation, it is a new normal. It's a new normal.
Well, you can always come up with creative ideas. So if the spiritual aid did not work as it supposedly should, then you can do lemonade. Okay, there's always lemonade. Right, Charles?
Yeah,